To organize the brain, to get the kids functioning properly, we want to talk about going back and identifying any disorganization in the brain, and correcting that. We want to develop the ability to process information. We want to establish dominance so we get storage and long-term memory. We want to bring academic function up, and to put that in perspective, generally kids who get A's and B's in school test out 2 grade levels or above placement. Okay? Now think about that for a minute. Kids who get A's and B's generally are functioning a couple of grades above placement. Okay? What that means is the kids who do well are the kids who don't have to learn anything in the class. All the kids who have to learn something in class are in trouble.
What do you see whenever your child goes from A's and B's last semester to this semester that work hard to D's and F's?
They go from A's and B's to D's and F's?
Like in the 2-month period.
Something turned them off. Yeah, a lot of opportunities there. Generally, when we're working at picking up all the developmental pieces at the same time, we work to accelerate the academic function. And where we want to have the kids is testing out 2 grade levels above placement. So if your child's in 6th grade, we want them testing out at least 8th grade level, okay, before we can say they're ready to be off and running, because we want them to be successful. Okay. On occasion, after we've put the developmental pieces together and the processing pieces together, we still have some issue with focus and attention because the brain hasn't learned that it's processing better yet. You know, so for example, if your child was a 5 in terms of the processing for a bunch of years and we get it up to a 7 or an 8 or a 9, their brain may still be shutting down when the input passes a 5, okay? And that's not many of them, but when that does exist, we've got a new tool. It's a system called Play Attention. It's kind of like neurofeedback, but not. It utilizes biofeedback techniques, but essentially what the child does is work through cognitive functions using the biofeedback techniques, which is a whole lot more successful. But, you know, that's a tool that we have. Fortunately, it's not a tool that we need a lot. And then turning the kid on to learning is the biggie. So, yeah.
Do you ever run into students who have the type of ADD that's often called overfocused ADD? They can't switch attention, and which often comes up in many men in, I hate to say this, but pornography, sexaholics, anonymous groups are there with ADD problems. Therapists have told me that almost 80% of those groups have ADD problems.
It's like 3- and 4-year-olds, okay? You know, your 3- and 4-year-olds get stuck on things, all right? And they perseverate with things, and they become addicted to things, okay? Same deal.
So that's fixable.
Yep. Yep. Okay, so, you know, I hope I've given you some information so you know, get some insights into your kids. You know, essentially what we do is create individualized programs. The programs we design are to fit what's broken in the kids. The program is designed to be implemented primarily by parents. We design the program around the realities of school, parents' time. You know, we use what we've got. All right. In terms of what we do, to put things in perspective, we perceive learning and attention problems as the easiest things we have to fix. Okay. When you spend big parts of your day working with severely autistic kids and kids with severe brain injuries, these are, in fact, the easy kids. And our expectation is typically these kinds of kids are pretty quick fixes. And we expect to get them off and running in a short period of time. We typically see kids once every 3 months, at which point we do our evaluation with the parents, then we design the program, then we actually produce a DVD that demonstrates the various activities that we want the child to do with recommended frequencies and durations. Do this many times, this many minutes a day. So it's very specific. A month after starting program, we have the family videotape the child doing the program. We review the videotapes and then consult with the parents and make modifications on program. We have staff who spend all day, every day, talking to the parents on program and assisting them. We constantly modify the program based on the needs. All right, so it's a lot of interaction, as much interaction as the family needs, and we encourage generally more than we even get. Because generally the better the communication, the better we do. We can modify program, once a week if we need to. Our perception is all these things are fixable, and unless we've got some severe physiological issue that can't be identified, they are fixable. We also have a message board for our families, so not only are you communicating with all our staff, you're communicating with other families on program. We have a medical director, we have a nutritional director, we have developmentalists, we have therapists, we've got a whole team that essentially combine knowledge and skills and experience to put together the programs. Yeah. As parents, please understand that your kids, if they have issues, if you understand their issues and address their issues, you should be able to fix their issues. Don't accept labels and say, oh dear, I've got a child who's this or that, and he's condemned to that for life. Okay? And also understand that as parents, you know your kids better than anybody else. You are the experts on your kids. And generally as parents, if you can get some help and assistance and expertise so you can use your understanding and knowledge and love of your kids, you can fix them. Okay, thanks for coming.